Texas, California. Brian, it's crazy out there, man. I'm serious. What are you seeing in the marketplace? That's the
What's
question.
going on, Tim? What's going on? So you're
Dude, I'm
saying
watching.
we
Yeah.
have we're having some technical difficulties. I think we're good. It says an error occurred on Facebook. We just went live a minute ago, and then we had to go live again. They changed some of the criteria for streaming on Facebook, so we'll figure it out. I might just repost it if it doesn't go. But so Tim, what's popping?
What's popping? Man, a lot of things are popping right now. Have you seen what's going on in Florida? Florida is, man, they are in crisis mode, brother. I mean, look what's
Really?
happening down there. Yeah.
Is that real?
The insurance, the homeowners insurance has like doubled and tripled, and it's causing a wave effect right now in that marketplace. You got to understand, most people buying those homes are buying them as, second homes. They're buying them as Airbnbs. They're looking to make money in the marketplace, and suddenly the cost of insurance is just quadrupled. The problem, in a nutshell, it's plain and simple, is they've had several losses. They've had a lot of hurricanes, a lot of the weather related events,
If you
and
were an
what's
insurance company and you had all 50 states to pick from,
not Florida, dude. Exactly, man. And people pulled out. It's just like California. Same thing, Brian. California, homeowners insurance is going up. The property taxes are going up because of the deficit's going on. Look at Texas. I mean, Texas, they've got a massive inventory coming into play. So what it tells me in a nutshell is people are pulling back. We're seeing the Airbnb people pulling back. So we're seeing a lot of changes in the marketplace. And so what's that mean? Are we seeing a crash? Nah. But are we starting to see some correction in some geographical marketplaces?
yeah, for sure.
Yes. And I think that's happening. But what will the national news say? The national news will say, and I'm reading it right now, economist Harry Dent predicts stock market crash worse than 2008, the bubble of all bubbles. The upcoming collapse of the real estate marketplace. Will the market crash in 2024? Experts give predictions. I mean, it's nuts if you read out there. And yet, what are they reading, Brian? It's plain and simple, man. They're reading into a couple small geographical areas. But let's talk about the stuff you sent me, man. I think it's amazing as hell. I mean, look at the
Well,
median income for our area. Yeah.
so the upper middle class, which would be defined as the top 20% of earners within the middle class. So middle class is however you come up with that. And they have a breakdown by state.
Right.
Alabama to
Did
be
you
upper
notice?
middle class, its household income would be $103,000.
Did you see that Maryland was the highest state in the nation?
Is
How you
it?
like that action?
It's higher than like
higher than
Hawaii?
Massachusetts, New York, Hawaii. So Hawaii, it's 164. Dude, we're 170,666. It's not a good last three numbers, by the way. Yeah. Dude, we are like top dog.
Amen.
New York,
Really?
look at that one. 141. Look at California. 159, 302. I mean, come on, seriously. We are 170,666. What's that tell you? That means upper middle class. Dude, middle class in Maryland is tight. But you know why, Brian? Let's face it. Government jobs. That's what it comes down to, man.
Amen.
We are a strong federal government employee. We are a very strong defense contractor area. We are a very strong, military base location. So when you think about it, dude, we got the win-win. So what do we want to do? When everybody move to Maryland, just come see Brian and I. We'll be good, man. We'll take good care of you. Leave California, come to Maryland.
That's crazy, but I think that it makes sense. But I think the thing that's like a little bit, sad is that upper middle class is $170,000. That's a lot of money. But you consider the area that we're at here in Southern Maryland, I bet you that's probably right in there.
It is. But here's the wild part. Go one side of DC, it's $170,000. West Virginia, it's $95,709. Dude, isn't that wild? So where's everybody going to live? West Virginia.
Well, I actually just went to West Virginia the other day. I was there on Sunday. So in South Carolina and Pennsylvania, they sell the good fireworks.
Oh, jeez.
right?
What kind of fireworks did you get, man?
Well, so they sell and they sell the good fireworks, meaning they sell like bottle rockets and mortars and Roman candles. And in Maryland, they sell fountains and sparklers. If you remember Joe Dirt, it's like fountains and snakes and sparklers. But in Pennsylvania, they sell the good fireworks. However, they don't sell my favorite firework. And I had to make a trip to West Virginia in order to get the little tiny bottle rockets, like the ones you can buy that they just like, they have the
Yeah,
little
the
red
little black
sticks. Did you
cats.
play with
Yeah.
fireworks as a kid too? Yeah.
Yeah, I did, man.
So
Yeah.
the only place you can get those that I know of are Tennessee and West Virginia because they're actually, I went to South Carolina. And I was like, what's going on? And they said they're banned in South Carolina. I don't know why. I'm assuming it's because they're cheap. They're probably more accessible to kids and they're more likely to just do stuff with them. You know what I mean? Like if
Sure.
you only have like 5 bottle rockets, you're going to shoot them up in the air. But if you have 200 of them, you're going to decide to start, shooting them at people and, having a little more fun. So anyway, I was just in West Virginia. Believe it or not, the part closest to Washington, D.C., they're like 6,000 square foot houses after 6,000 square foot houses just all over the place.
It's pretty wild. It really is.
A lot of people are moving to West Virginia and then traveling into DC for work. It's a thing. So I read this article, the headline, it says buying a home ? Expect to pay $18,000 in additional costs. How do you feel about that?
I think that's phenomenal because they didn't plug in 3 things. They don't plug in appreciation of the homes, number 1, right? Number 2, it's additional cost because you're paying more money to pay the principal down. It's a savings account. These headlines are just bullshit. I'm telling you right now, they're just designed to tell people, oh, you
Well,
know
first
what?
of
It's
all,
hard.
it says it's up. It says it's up from $14,000 in 2020. I would like to just start by saying I don't think that's an accurate number. I think that I could be wrong. Maybe I'm not paying attention. But the assumption is that that is over and above renting a house. So if you rent a house, you don't have to pay for a new roof. You don't have to pay for HVAC, things like that. But I don't necessarily agree that I'm spending like $1,200-$1,400 a
Well,
month
but Brian,
in
again,
maintenance of my house. And they're saying that property taxes and utility bills are factored in. But I would argue that when you're making a rent payment, it's very equivalent to what the mortgage payment would be most of the time. So you're
well,
not
I
paying
saw
it, but you're still paying it.
no,
You're paying somebody else's insurance. And
but you're missing out. What are you missing out? Appreciation again, principal curtailment number 2, and Brian, the tax benefit. This is just BS. This is somebody who just wants to sell an article in the newspaper. That's all it is, man. You know what? And I saw an article the other day. Check it out. Ready? It says those that own are 40 times wealthier than those that rent. So at the end of 30
that's
years,
true.
who do you want to be? You want to be the wealthy SOB, or you want to be paying the man, the landlord, for the rest of your life? And by the way, mortgage payments stay flat, right? Property taxes go up a little bit, insurance goes up a little bit, but the interest rate stays the same for 30 years. What do rents do, Brian? Do they stay flat? No, rents go up. Let's
No,
face
they've been
it,
going up just as fast, if not faster.
faster. And so you're paying rent today of $2,500. I bet you $100 in 10 years, that rent will be $5,000. I really believe that. The way things are going right now, the lack of inventory, the lack of the marketplace, rents are just going to continue skyrocketing. So
Well, they're making this
I'm happy to pay a
argument
little bit more. Yeah.
based on all these different factors. And then they're sort of pulling out the outliers. They're saying the most expensive states for hidden costs are Hawaii, California, Massachusetts, New Jersey. New Jersey, for instance, $25,500 a year. I don't understand how they're coming up with these numbers. I really feel like I would want to look at the data. I just don't imagine
Exactly.
that you're spending an extra $2,000 a month between, I guess they're saying taxes and insurance. And then you would factor in you have utility bills if you rent. So it's like maintenance of a house. I don't know what they're doing, but I feel like that is an article designed, like you said, to
Misleading.
catch eyeballs.
Ex-
Because I know I don't
Exactly.
spend that much money on my house every year. I don't.
Oh, dude, that's all my whole point, man. In fact, I think you save money. You're not going out as much anymore. You got a place to relax at home. You've got all the amenities that you're looking for. It's a win-win. Yeah, maybe you're not paying as much utilities because your apartment is 900 square feet, or you're living in a nice home that's 1,800 square feet. Dude, I take the 1,800 all day long. So I think these are misleading articles, Brian. I think it's just it's the I don't want to say which
All right.
group
So
it is.
now they're
Yeah.
saying that um, uh, house prices and mortgage rates have plagued the housing market. A welcome shift. I'm literally losing my signal. I just disappeared from the screen. I don't
Brian,
know what's up with the internet
I don't
here,
think I don't think they
but
like what you're saying about the housing market. That's what it is, man. They're phasing you out because they're saying we're keeping Brian off the market, off the wire.
it's a freaking conspiracy.
I think what they're saying, Brian, in a nutshell, if you look at the article, I mean, honestly, it's saying, mortgage rates and prices are high. Yeah, you know what? With mortgage rates being high, what's happening in a nutshell is it is slowing the market down. The high end, especially, is slowing down. And we're starting to see some impact from insurance and property taxes. So is it starting to put a little bit of a damper on the price acceleration? Yes. But overall, is it going to cause prices to collapse? There's no reason for it. There's no inventory explosion. There's no sudden, drop in interest rates. In fact, the last article I read from the Fed said they may not cut rates at all this year. So, from what I'm reading here right now, I think, quite frankly, I think we're going to see just a gradual increase in prices. I don't think we're going to see this sudden crash. I don't see any kind of, resolution to the issue and the problem unless you see something else. Brian, you're fading out on us, man. I think the Matrix has you. Well, I guess with that in mind, the Matrix is
Not at
taking
all.
over.
I think that
No, okay, good.
everybody always makes a big deal out of the presidential election causing some sort of a change. I think I've lost my signal, Tim.
Yeah, you're like grainy as bones, brother. I'm serious, man. I'm just telling you. And so that's why you're recommending who should everybody vote for coming up this election? What did you want to say about that? I focus.
I think that the presidential election doesn't have as much of an impact on things as people make it out to be. A president doesn't have the authority. They're not a king. They can't just go in and set lower interest rates. They can't make builders build affordable houses. They can't make the cost of lumber and labor go down enough to make all of these economic things, come about. It's more of like an attitude shift and more of like a hopefulness that causes
Mhm,
people
mhm,
to
mhm.
feel differently, which does affect the economy, but it's not as much as people think. So I think that people put way too much weight in that. I think what we're dealing with is inflation because of government spending. If anything, the president could probably control that. But people vote for presidents, people vote for Congress people, and there's not a will in our country to cut spending and to pay down the deficit. So as a result of that, interest rates are going to remain high, and we're going to have inflation.
So we're going to see a big collapse in the marketplace? Nah, we should be fine. We're going to be good, man. No worries, brother. It's best time to buy, man.
Slowly, yeah. All right, Tim. Well, I'm having some technical difficulties, so I think we've gone through this thing. Anything else you want to add?
Brother, that's all I got, man. Just want to make America great again. That's all I care about. You know how it is.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Talk to you later. Bye.
All right, Tim.